Collaborative project. Social media is turning you into an asshole. Alex Timmons, Stephanie Webb, FIS IA. Slide 2. Social media is what you make it. Social media actually began, in a sense, on May 24, 1844, with the introduction of the telegraph machine. This was a series of dots and dashes tapped out in code form. This later evolved into Morse code. Even though the roots run deep, modern communication emerged in 1969 called ARPANET, Advanced Research Projects Agency Network. This network was created by the U.S. Department of Defense, which interconnected 4 universities and allowed scientists to share software, hardware, and other data. This was considered a milestone for internet communication. Slide 3. As the internet evolved, communication sites like BBS, Bulletin Board System, AOL, America Online, and Prodigy were born. These sites allowed a text system of communication like emails, bulletin board messaging, and real-time chatting. Many different internet social sites emerged as a result of the growing interest in this new birth communication. In the early 2000s, names such as MySpace and Friendster appeared geared toward young adults. Created in 2004, like many other social networking sites, Harvard University students peddled their creation of a campus-oriented site to other university students. This creation was considered big business by Silicon Valley gurus, and Facebook hit the general public in 2006. Slide 4. The original intention for social media was sharing, learning, interacting, and marketing. With these attributes, it was a way for families and friends to stay connected. Another major intention was to enable people with common ground to connect with others, such as people with disabilities. This would connect a world of people who might tend to feel alone in their disability with someone who might be experiencing the same struggles. Slide 5. Moving ahead to the year 2020, social media was put to the test when the world contracted COVID-19. Life as we knew it was non-existent almost overnight. Schools were forced closed and educators had to learn a new way of teaching. This new idea was online classes. Businesses closed their doors and ordering online became essential. Companies shifted from the office to remote. Social media was the key as the new world became an online community. Slide 6. While social media was needed for the common good of man, Jaron Lanier, author of 10 Arguments for Deleting Your Social Media Accounts, suggests in Argument 3 that social media is making you an asshole. He does have a point. There are some people and interest groups that take their personal agenda to social media. One that quickly comes to mind is former President Donald Trump. However, it takes an ass to make an ass. With that being said, I want to take a look at the positive side of social media, and when used for the good of the people, great things happen. Slide 7. I had the wonderful pleasure of speaking with a beautiful lady, Sybil McCullough, and she uses social media regularly to reach the community to inform them about local events, charities, fundraisers. Repeat, slide 7. I had the wonderful pleasure of speaking with a beautiful lady, Sybil McCullough, and she uses social media regularly to reach the community to inform them about local events, charities, fundraisers, etc. Without the ability to use social media as a form of outreach, many people would not know about their community. Let me introduce you to some of the wonderful people who support social media. Repeat. Slide 8. Let me introduce you to some of the wonderful people who support social media. Slide 9. This is Sister Andrea Fritz, and she volunteers at the My Daily Bread homeless shelter, where they feed and clothe many of the homeless in the Tri-Cities area of Lake Dallas, Corinth, and Hickory Creek. Slide 10. This is Sister Mary Ann Lira, and she represents an online group called Women of War. Slide 11. They have an online group. Repeat. Slide 11. Women of War is an online prayer group that meets every Wednesday. Slide 12. Meet brother and sister. Repeat. Meet brother and sister Younger. This power couple, slide 13, does coat collection fundraisers for the homeless also in the Tri-Cities area. Slide 14. Another powerhouse couple, brother and sister Hector, they volunteer at the Village Nursing Home Center in Denton, slide 15, where they take a group of young people and a group of adults from their local church to have fellowship and bingo and ministry to the residents. Slide 16. Social media can have a real impact on your local community, and also, slide 17, social media can have an impact on the world. And Fayez?
Growing up, I never really saw the impact social media had. It was just a device or a platform everybody would just laugh or catch humor with. But as I grew up and started to experience the real life world, I started to notice, wow, how much of an impact it could really have. What happened last year was a very special situation. Amu Foundation, which my uncle and father started in 1998, has been going on for 22 years. I've always wanted to be a part of it, always been inspired by it. So I asked him what's next and how could I help. And he asked me, what could I bring to the table? So in my senior year, I did a GoFundMe that would do a backpack project to students in Somalia. And at the time, it wasn't nothing serious. How I did this project was I made a QR code and I placed it all over the school, and people would just donate over during lunch, during passing periods. So it was something that was recognized. And how I got this recognition was on Instagram and Snapchat. I shared it and I kept it updated and just told everybody what my goal. When I finished, I ended up with $700. I used that money and I collected it, went back to Amu Foundation, told them, okay, this is my plan and what's the next step. At the time, I never really thought 700 could be a lot. But after I really thought about it, it changed somebody's life. I went back to Somalia, and I went back to the school my mom never graduated from. And something that I grew up was my father had a master's degree, and my mom was cut short from hers because due to the war of Somalia and Ethiopia, she never had access to it. So as I went back, I could just feel the energy, feel the atmosphere, and the excitement of the kids. And that eventually leads to why social media does not turn you into an asshole. Because I feel like with one voice, an impact could be created, a legacy could be made. So, with that saying, in the book, there's the word posse in it. As I used this word, I brought all my friends together and I told them, look, we are blessed with the opportunity to be in America. We are blessed to have an education. We are blessed to even be living. So why not take that advantage? Why not create generations of success and be the next Nelson Mandela, be the next Nobel Peace Prize winner? As I conclude, I ask everybody in the room, what is your purpose? What is the next step? And how do you see yourself using social media to change the world?